is called Thank You for This Day by Karen Drucker. Please join me. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Oh, thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. My friends, thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Oh, thank you for this day, Spirit. I want to thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Every day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. I'm gonna thank you. Thank you for this day.
Yay. A round of applause. Okay. Hello. And joining me today for the lighting of the flames of faith, that is the lovely practitioner emeritus, Sharon Clark. Yay. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings come from one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for those who are as yet unaware of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them here at the center. And as Sharon lights the healing candles, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to experience the healing flame of God's eternal love. Thank you. And I found a reading on page 366 of Science of Mind. And if you have the new edition, which has the 1926 and 1938, it would be on page 550. So if you'd like to close your eyes and take these words in, I'll go into the invocation when I'm complete. Jesus spent much of his time communing with his own soul. For it is through our inner thought that we contact God. To this remarkable man, out of the silence of his own soul, came a direct revelation of his sonship, his oneness with God. Back of the conflict of ideas, back of the din of external life and action, back in the innermost recesses of uplifted thought and silent contemplation, there is a voice ever proclaiming, "This is my beloved son or daughter." Seldom does this voice penetrate the outer world of human experience. Seldom does anyone allow it to perfectly express through them. We must learn to listen for this voice. Call it conscience, intuition, or what we will. It is there. Nobody need go unguided through life, for all are divine at the center, and all are images of the Most High. And so in knowing and acknowledging this truth of life, we know that God is present right here, right now, in each and every one of us, and in every and all things. It's all God. God is the yearning within our hearts to embody this truth, to live this truth, to connect with each other, acknowledging the truth of each other. And so it is this inspirational consciousness of the divine that brings together this community in service today to this truth as we acknowledge it, embody it, and delight in it. Dance in it, sing in it, laugh in it, express it. And so I can, with great confidence, release these words into the law of manifestation, knowing that this truth was already known by the law and manifesting right here and right now through us all. And so in gratitude, I can release these words of truth and let them be. And we ground these words with the words, and so it is. Yay, more ladies!
This song is called Sacred Love by Daniel Namad. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God. Sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace, God. Blessed peace is all that you are. Show the way. Show the way, God. Show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Oh, lead the way, God. Lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy. Deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy, God. Deepest joy is all that you are. Oh, show the way. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Oh, show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, show the way, God, show the way. I want to live
in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are.
Yay. Hopefully you're up to coming back for more, because we're up to having more. So in that spirit of love and life and joy and fun, it is my good pleasure to welcome back David Matthew Brown.
Check one, check two. Thank you for having me back. Let's just breathe in for the count of 3, and then exhale for the count of 6. Breathe in for the count of 3, and then exhale for the count of 6. Whenever you find yourself in stress throughout the day, you can use this to balance out your nervous system. You can teach this to their kids when they've got a test. It's something that I use with my athletes. So we come to this center and we go to Unity and we go to other centers, and we are taught pretty much close to the same ideas. And the idea here is that God is omnipresent. So you are in God right now. So the next place would be, what are you searching for? If it's already here, what are you searching for? And then when we come back to our human bodies, we start to realize that every single person in this room has feet, toes, fingers, hands, arms, organs. Organs is God's way of playing music within your system. You have a heart, you have lungs, you have ribs that are protecting your vital organs and your heart. Our pigment, our skin pigment may be different, but besides that, we have a head, we have eyes, we have ears. We can see, we can hear, we can taste. So we actually have a lot in common. And then we go outside of this center and we go into the world, and you get in your car and someone cuts you off. And you swear. And then you turn music on, you turn classical music on so you can relax. And then you're stuck in traffic, and then you got to get home. And then once you get home, you're exhausted because all day you've been at work. Then you don't want to be home, you don't want to cook, so you get Uber Eats, and then you ask yourself why you got Uber Eats, because it costs so much. But then you're exhausted, so you go, okay, I'm going to watch a movie, and you fall asleep to the movie. And then you wake up at 2 a.m., you go back into your bed and wake up for work again. And it repeats. And we seem to have no sense of peace within ourselves. Sometimes I think that peace is like a piece of pie, that only our ministers and priests and nuns and people that are like in holy places can have peace. That we must survive. That we are here to struggle. That we are here to disconnect. So what exactly is peace? Because when we look at the word peace and we look at the word love and we look at the word humility, in our culture, in America, we see those as weakness. We do not see them as strength. We actually see hate as strength and love as weakness. And we could tell ourselves different, but when you look out, both sides, every side hates each other, and they have to be right, and no one wants to find solutions and be peaceful. We have people in power, whether it's in business, whether it's in athletics, whether it's a sports team, a university, wherever you go, that people, when they get placed in a sense of leadership, believe that they have something over you and that you work for them. But yet you come and you study the life of Jesus and you look in Scripture and you look in the Bible, and here's a leader that for 2,000 years we still can't figure it out. He gave us the tools to pray. When he resurrected, the first people to see his resurrection were what? It's in the 4 Gospels. Women. It's in the 4 Gospels. Now, why does that matter? Because women in that time weren't considered good witnesses. So, in the other part of the Bible, they mention that there's 500 men that saw him, which was true. And the apostles saw him. But the first people to see Jesus rise from the dead were women. So we have this great feminine essence and spirit that is making a comeback, if you will, was becoming more aware in both men and women. But that is in the heart. It's not in your mind. Now, why does that matter? Right before Ernest Holmes passed away, he said to one of his best friends, "I made a mistake. It should be science of the heart." That was part of his evolution. Part of our evolution is the heart. And then we croak. Right? So if you get concerned if you have something in common with people, this thing's all going to go away sometime. So what's important is we are reconnecting with the heart, and men are reconnecting with their guts. Men have a guttural instinct. Women have an intuitive response. That's your higher intelligence. So women's highest intelligence is not your brain. It's your intuition. And how many times do we go to a party, whether we are men or women, and our gut, our intuition says, no, no, no. And we go, don't worry about it, I've got this. And then 6 months later, we're breaking up with that person. And we're like, I should have listened when I first heard my gut. But we all do it. So the practice for each of us every day is not only to teach our kids, the young women that we have, I have a daughter who's 17, to teach her the power of her intuition. Here's a good share. I took my daughter to Paris for the 2019 World Cup for the women to go watch America play, and we watch England play. We're at an Airbnb. We come out of the Airbnb, and the elevator opens. And there's a man in there, and the energy was just off. Just off. So she just walked right on the elevator. And I was like, oh, goodness gracious. So I get on the elevator with her. We go down 3 flights, and it was the longest 3 flights of my life. Because as a dad, I'm in my protective mode, like no one is going to harm my daughter or me, whether we're in this elevator or not. So we get down the bottom, the man exits, his energy just filled up the elevator. And I asked her, I said, how did that feel? She said, oh, I didn't like it. And I said, well, why'd you get on the elevator? She said, I don't know. And I went, okay, so here's what we're going to do for the next 2 weeks. You're going to trust your intuition, no matter what you think about it. And if you think someone's energy is not good, and you cross the street, I'm going to cross the street with you. So we're going to practice this for 2 weeks. And you're going to listen to your intuition, and you're not going to deny yourself what you're hearing or the hunch that you get. No matter how ridiculous it sounds, you're going to listen to your intuition. She's like, okay. So that's what we did. We'd be walking to like the museum, and then all of a sudden we'd be walking across the street. And then she'd tell me why we walked across the street. I was like, fantastic. I didn't like the energy of that person. Okay, right? But it was a practice. She was getting in control of her intuition. She was trusting her intuition. And I was trusting my instincts. So the part of peace that I think is difficult for us to understand is that first peace, humility, and love is strong. So when we say that love wins, in the Bible it says God never created fear. He tells you that. But he created courage. So 365 times in the Bible is saying, do not be afraid, because our imagination is creating fear. But that means that we are not connected to the center. And here it's called the center for spiritual living. It's not called the off center of spiritual living. It doesn't say fear everything in your life and walk in that place. The invitation here is a hard one. Because your mind's like, yeah, but I got the past, and this happened, and that happened. It doesn't matter. You're completely accepted right where you are. It's difficult to hear. How can somebody accept me when I've been through all this stuff and I've hurt people or I've done things or whatever? That's not the message of love. Love is unconditional. It's not conditional. The mind is conditional. The heart is unconditional. But in that unconditional, that voice is steering you in times of crisis. We're starting to grow a new kind of group of people on this planet that I like to call provocative victims. A provocative victim provokes you to get angry and then plays the victim like they had nothing to do with it. And it's showing up more and more, and I know that because I coach high-level athletes in soccer, both men and women, in high school and college, and professional athletes. And it's showing up with their parents now. It's showing up with the athlete, whether they're a young woman or a young man. And the reason why is because when you're not centered, the song said sacred love. Are you focused when you wake up in the morning with gratitude? Because here's the thing. If there is only now, that's the concept and idea, that means when you close your eyes tonight, you have no idea if you're going to experience life again. And then you wake up and you hear the birds singing. And they're so happy that they get another chance at this thing. But we don't view it that way. We just think, oh my gosh, another day. Got to go do this, and then my partner, and my kids, and my family, and my life, and blah, blah, blah. Got to get milk. I forgot to get milk yesterday. And then it just unravels. But if you were to wake up and say, thank you for this day. Thank you for the water in my shower. Thank you for the food in my place. Thank you for the shelter. I may not have everything that I want. I may not have that Versace purse or some Ferrari or whatever it is I'm telling myself that will make me happy. When we simplify it, we realize that we are all walking a holy life. And I don't mean holy like with baptismal water. Whole, W-H-O-L-E. You're not missing anything. Every human has dignity and deserves dignity, whoever they are. When I look at kids that I coach, they all have dignity. I'm not going to admonish them or put them down. I'm going to help them push to their best selves. But every human being deserves dignity, whether you like them or not. Right? Just like when a priest goes to a prison and has to sit with a prisoner that has done awful things, he still has to see the dignity in that person. And so as we start to redefine peace and love and humility and look at that, we begin to see that it starts with us. So when you're triggered, when your gun goes off, and you're like, blah, <laughs> "Ah!" and losing your mind on everybody that loves you, what do you do? You say, "Thank you." Thank you for the water in my shower. Thank you for the food on my in my place. Thank you for the shelter. I may not have everything that I want. I may not have that Versace purse or some Ferrari or whatever it is I'm telling myself that will make me happy. When we Can you maintain your peace and listen to what they're really saying? Because what they're really saying to you when they're triggered is, I'm hurt, I'm scared, and you haven't been listening, so I'm going to get really loud and big so you can finally hear me. Do we have the capability to do that, to sit in the middle of chaos and not interact with it? Do we have the capability to stand in our 2 feet, in our own breath, and say, I got to step away, let me sit with this, and I can come back to you? Because each and every one of you are meant to go out from this center and speak the good news of your life. You are the good news that you've been waiting for. Right? I mean, if Jesus walked into some of our places right now, none of us would listen to him. Nobody would. I don't know if my parents would, but they might. But he would walk in here and he'd speak parables to you and he'd tell you about love, he'd tell you about God, he would tell you to close your eyes and go in. But if you're not ready to accept the good news, which is that you are love itself, and love is strong, it's not weak, it doesn't walk away from things, it stands right in the middle of them and handles it, that's a different way of living. Fear works differently than love. Fear runs, it hides, it avoids. It's like, I can't do it because of my family life. And then goes under a table. Right? Fear will yell at you in front of a group of people and humiliate you and say nothing about it because they're a scared little child. Love doesn't do that. Love is self-aware and then sees the empathy. Hello, Lord? God's like, can you be quiet now? Sees your actions to the other person, empathizes what we brought to that person, and then asks for forgiveness. And then we all move on. Forgiveness is the recognition of what you did, having empathy for the other person on how you harmed them and hurt them, and then reconciling the emotion and changing your behavior. It's changed behavior. So when you're in conflict with someone, the first place to go to is yourself. Because you're probably triggered. Sit with why you're triggered. Then come back when you both kind of have a little bit of a moment. And then talk about what you observed. This is what I observed. This is what happened. When this was going on, I was thinking about this. And my mind got in the way. And then talk it out and reach some sort of place that will help you both out. Because the real reason I think that we're discovering on this planet that they've been poisoning our food or all the stuff that we're discovering is because that's what our mind does to our heart. All day long you're criticizing yourself. You're putting yourself down. You're betraying yourself. You're cheating yourself. You're allowing this mind to abuse your heart. She's like, no, this is what I want. And the mind's like, absolutely no, we can't have it. It's impossible. Ah! And the heart's like, please, this is what I need. I need space. I need this desire. It needs to go out in the world. This is what I want to do. Can't do it, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. Your parents can't do it. You can't do it. You're not good enough. Keep it down, keep it down. Nobody's going to like you. Nobody's going to like you all day long. And then finally, as you get down on your knees in front of God in prayer, and you go, I surrender my whole life to you. I am tired of following fear. It is exhausting. I'm tired of listening to society and what they tell me that I need. I have no idea what I need. I have no idea what I know. But I know this, I'm going to surrender everything that I know and follow you. And once you do that, you follow your intuition, men follow their instincts, and things start to balance out in our lives, and abundance flows, and life flows, and we flow, and we can come into a situation and leave a situation. And we don't grip onto people. Right? This is my relationship. Ah! We've been together for 30 years. I can't let him go. Right? And everybody's like, let him go. Right? I can't, 30 years. And then then they go, I feel so free. And then somebody else comes. We all do it. That's why it's funny. And if we can't laugh at ourselves, if we can't find humor, we're missing the hilarity of being alive. Because it's not I am life, you are life. You are life expressing right where you are. You can express it in fear because you believe that fear is more powerful than love, or in love. Either way, it's up to you. Because you have to live from the place that you walk from. When you close the bed at night and you're sleeping and you're overthinking about everything that's going on, that's you. Now resolve it with God. God, help me with this matter when I sleep. God, help me with my relationship. God, help me with my kids. God, come and please help me with my job. I need a raise. I'd like a raise. Help me with the right words for that. But most of us walk around like we have it together and we don't. And then our kids see that. And then we pass it down to our kids, and then they have to deal with it. So the idea for this week when it comes to negotiating peace is first you have to negotiate it with yourself. And can you be with your heart? The last thought I want to leave you with is, it took Jesus 40 days and 40 nights to wrestle with Satan. So if you don't think that he had to wrestle with his own inner conflict, it's right there. And then once he wrestled with it and he discovered who he was, he started his mission for 3 years. So everybody has to go through it. You're not the only one. You're not the only one that's going through conflict right now. You're not the only one that's hurting. You're not the only one that feels alone. You're not the only one that needs love. You're not the only one that wants someone to hug you right now. You're not the only one that has someone dying in their family. You're not the only one grieving. You're not alone. You were never born alone. You will never die alone. You will always be in the very presence of God. And I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to do it really quick before I pray. Stand next to the person that you're with. Stand up. It's okay. I'll be the only one getting criticized. Stand up. Find someone next to you. If you don't have someone, find somebody. There's someone right here. The lady in the wheelchair needs somebody. You got her? Everybody got somebody? I used to do this in my workshops. I just feel moved right now to do it. Look the person in your eyes, in their eyes. Just look them in the eyes. You might want to laugh, even if it's your mom. And just say, I appreciate you. And now I want you to give them a heart-to-heart hug. And don't break it. Just keep hugging. I'll tell you when to break it. Heart to heart. I know some of the kids are like, I don't want to hug my mom. This is absolutely absurd. Okay, now let go. And then I need someone to hug this man in the glasses because he needs someone right here. Everybody sit down. We are social creatures. We need society. We need each other. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. And when you add the word love to alone, you get all one. We are all in this together. Each of you have great dignity and worth. Never doubt it. Never doubt it. If something happens in your life, it has nothing to do with your worth. If you're losing everything right now, it has nothing to do with your worth. All right, let's close our eyes. And here we are in the omnipresence of God, wrapped in God's life and love. And in this omnipresence of love and joy and peace, where everything is answered, there is nothing left unsaid, it is all said in God. We bring people that we have in our life that are suffering, that are grieving, that have lost something, that are fighting, that are conflicted. We bring all of them to mind, and now we surrender them all to this omnipresence. Knowing that we are one, that I and God are one, in complete celebration and gratitude, I'm grateful for answered prayer. I am grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for the dignity of humanity. I'm grateful for the dignity being recognized by every human in this space. And so it is. Amen.
No, thank you. Let's take a deep breath in. My heart. Thank you, David. I've known David for like 10 years. And yeah, that was beautiful. I appreciate you. This song is by a wonderful woman named Faith Rivera, and it is called Peace Today. Peace is the promise I make today. There's nothing greater for me to say than to lay down my fears, lay down unhappiness, and surrender to the peace I choose today. Peace is the gift that I give today. No easy shortcut. Peace is the way. I will lay down my pride, lay down self-righteousness, and surrender to the peace I choose today. My all I give, my love for all, my all I give, my love for all, my love for all. Peace is the reason we're here today. No accident, we've been called by name, called to lay down our lives, stand up for greater good, and surrender to the peace we choose today. Peace we choose today. Peace we live for today. Peace we breathe today. Peace today. Peace today. Thanks.
just want to bask in that peace. And peace has a certain sweetness to it, and I think its name is Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. As our ushers come forward for our collection, Reverend Michael used to say, whenever two or more are gathered together, we pass the plate. And so here we are passing the plate. And there you are at home. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't send you out yet. I'm in control here for now. But I wanted to say that for those of you that aren't here, if you're watching us online, there is a donate button that you can push repeatedly. And we used to have a saying, and I'm sure the hikers still do, when you're loading your backpack for a trek, every ounce counts. So every donation counts. So and especially for those of you who are at home, it's what? Oh, good. Okay. Yay. I got affirmed here. Thank you very much. I feel so much better. But yeah, and if you're doing it online, it's just numbers on the screen. And a zero is just a zero. So think of a number you want to put as your donation and add a zero or two to it. You know, it's just numbers on a screen, right? Okay, so do I have it here? Let's say this together. Affirmation. Nope, okay, let's read this together. Today, I give in love and joy from the overflowing abundance in my life. My gift goes forward to bless and uplift, fulfilling the purpose of our spiritual community. Lives are transformed. I am grateful, and so it is. Yay, more ladies. We are abundant. Yay.
It's just a zero.
Just a zero. Throw a few more on.
It's just a zero. That's a good thing to think about when you get a little bit overwhelmed. This song, speaking of overwhelm, we're not overwhelmed when we can see clearly. So we're gonna see, I can see clearly.
You can sing with us.
And you can sing with us. I think Jen.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Oh yes, I can make it now, the pain is gone.
That's right, Edda.
All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day.
Look all around.
Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Oh yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. You know it's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day.
Let's keep the sun flowing as we all lift our hands. And as it says in abundance, it's an abundance. So let's shake up our buns and celebrate all the wealth that's in this community. As it keeps overflowing, that we walk from that overflow and we keep celebrating this great spiritual community here at Antelope Valley. And so it is. Amen.
I don't know, shouldn't we have you put your hands up before we pass the plate? Oh, okay. Well, let's form a circle.